Did you know the Three Stooges once found themselves on Hitler's notorious death list? Unbelievable but true. Discover the astonishing story behind the Three Stooges' unexpected encounter with history's most notorious dictator. The origins of You Nasty Spy. In 1940, amidst the rising tensions of World War II, the Three Stooges made a bold move by creating their short film, You Nasty Spy. This slapstick comedy took direct aim at Adolf Hitler and the Nazis, delivering a satirical blow that resonated with audiences. James Thompson, a passionate movie buff from Greenbelt, Maryland, believes this significant contribution deserves recognition in the National Film Registry. Thompson, a retired employee of Prince George's and Montgomery counties, has been advocating for the inclusion of You Nazi Spy in the registry. Frustrated by its absence year after year, he took matters into his own hands. Thompson organized a free screening of 4 Stooges films, including You Nasty Spy and its sequel, I'll Never Hail Again. Over 120 people attended the screening, where Thompson distributed flyers on how to nominate a movie to the registry. According to Thompson, these 2 Stooges films are more than just slapstick humor. They are comedic masterpieces with verbal and visual gems, offering a unique satirical take on the political climate of the time. What sets You Nasty Spy apart, in Thomas's opinion, is its timing. Released in January 1940, 23 months before the U.S. entered World War II, the film predates Charlie Chaplin's acclaimed Hitler spoof, The Great Dictator, by 11 months. Despite Chaplin's film receiving recognition in the registry, Thompson firmly believes that You Nasty Spy surpasses it in quality. Moreover, the team behind You Nasty Spy holds a significant connection to the subject matter. The trio of actors, the director, and the writers involved in the film were Jewish. They had a personal stake in challenging Hitler and the Nazi regime, using their craft to highlight the absurdity and dangers of authoritarianism.
I still say secretary.
Is that so?
Yeah.
Hold that.
Challenging Hollywood norms and taking on the Axis powers. According to the late Don Moreland, a professor of communications at the University of Dayton, the idea for You Nasty Spy originated from Jules White, a frequent director of the Three Stooges and the head of Columbia Pictures' Shorts Department. In the fall of 1939, Jules walked into his brother Sam's office at Columbia and boldly declared his intention to make a Stooges movie about Hitler, who had recently invaded Poland. Sam, understandably concerned about how to find humor in such a dire situation, questioned the feasibility. However, Jules confidently assured him, saying, quote, "I'll make it funny." During this time, Hollywood adhered to a rule not to depict foreign heads of state in American films to avoid upsetting world leaders. Additionally, public sentiment in 1939 was primarily isolationist, as memories of the devastating World War I were still fresh, and Americans had no desire to be drawn into another European conflict. To safeguard their financial interests, as American films made significant profits overseas, Hollywood played it safe by avoiding taking a clear stance on the escalating war. The Motion Picture Producers and Distributors of America, commonly known as the Hays Office, exerted strict control over the content of American films to ensure they did not offend other nations. This regulation was discussed by sociology professor Lynn Rappaport in her essay titled, Hang Hitler, The Three Stooges Take Potshots at Nazis, from the book Stoogeology. Despite these prevailing industry norms and the initial skepticism from his brother, Jules moved forward with You Nasty Spy. He presented the idea to the Three Stooges, believing they would be up for the challenge. One factor that motivated them was their recent European tour, where they had witnessed the horrors that had their fellow Jews living in fear. Additionally, Moe Howard was an outspoken critic of Hitler and was even known for his impression of the German dictator.
Take her out and shoot her.
Don't worry about it when I get there.
The reception of You Nasty Spy and its impact. You Nasty Spy was written by the regular Stooge scribes Felix Adler and Clyde Bruckman. Filming began on December 5, 1939, and was completed in just 7 days. The short film made its way to theaters on January 19, 1940. His accelerated schedule was likely due to its topical nature, as it aimed to satirize Hitler and the Nazis during a critical time in history. In You Nasty Spy, Mo Howard played the Hitler stand-in named Mo Hailstone, while Curly Howard portrayed Curly Gallstone, a parody of German military leader Hermann Goering. Larry Fine took on the role of propaganda minister Larry Pebble, a spoof of Joseph Goebbels. The story revolves around the Stooges, originally wallpaper hangers who are chosen by the leaders of the fictional country Moronica to become dictators. The film includes Hitler-esque speeches, book burnings, political imprisonment, and even a scene where the characters are fed to lions. Various other jabs at the Nazis are present, such as Moronica's symbol being a swastika made of snakes, and the German stormtroopers donning raincoats. The title itself, You Nasty Spy, cleverly plays on the word Nazi, and the Stooges' choice of wallpaper hangers was based on the common belief that Hitler had worked in that profession. Surprisingly, when You Nasty Spy was released in theaters, it faced minimal opposition. In Lynn Rappaport's essay, actress Mattie Herring, who appeared in the film, mentioned that it caused a stir because no other studios had dared to tackle such a topic at the time. Mo Howard became the first American to satirize or portray Hitler on screen, but the short did not generate significant controversy. Don Moreland theorized a couple of reasons for this. First, Columbia Pictures, the studio behind the film, was not a frequent target of the Hays office's censorship efforts. Second, the Three Stooges were considered more slapstick comedians rather than serious artists, so their satire may not have been taken as seriously as the work of someone like Charlie Chaplin, who faced opposition later for his portrayal of Hitler in The Great Dictator. Despite any potential controversies, You Nasty Spy received positive reviews both domestically and in England. Mo Howard's daughter even mentioned that it was her father's favorite short out of the 190 they made, and that playing Hitler was the closest he ever got to fulfilling his dream of being a respected dramatic actor. The Stooges later reprised their roles in a sequel titled I'll Never Hail Again, which premiered 5 months before the U.S. entered World War II following the attack on Pearl Harbor. Continuity may have been disregarded, as their characters were devoured by lions in the first short, but the Stooges were hardly concerned about such details.
Oh, goody. Shh, 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 shh.
Debunking the Hitler's death list rumor. Despite the enduring belief that Adolf Hitler targeted the Three Stooges for their portrayal of him in You Nasty Spy, there is no substantial evidence to support this claim. Author Bill Niven, an expert on the Nazis and author of several books including Hitler and Film, The Führer's Hidden Passion, has found no reference to the Three Stooges in archival material or in secondary literature. Even the rumor that Hitler had a vendetta against Charlie Chaplin remains unsubstantiated. The origin of the death list rumor can be traced back to a 1992 issue of the Weekly World News, a notorious supermarket tabloid known for publishing sensational stories. After Don Moreland's paper sought to credit the Three Stooges with satirizing Hitler before Chaplin, the Weekly World News published a misleading article titled, Why Hitler Hated the Three Stooges. Although the article did not mention Hitler's death list, the misleading title was enough to give birth to a rumor that persists to this day. Michelle Squissamara, registrar at the Stoogium in Ambler, Pennsylvania, also agrees that the Weekly World News is likely the source of the rumor. However, it is important to recognize that the Weekly World News is not a reliable or credible source of information. While the rumor may have gained traction due to its catchy nature, it lacks substantiation and should be treated as part of the sensationalism associated with tabloid media. In the history books, the belief that the Three Stooges were targeted by Hitler will likely be remembered as a product of the nyuk 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 period, a humorous nod to the Stooges' signature catchphrase. It is crucial to separate fact from fiction and rely on credible sources when examining historical events. Thanks for joining us on this fascinating journey through history. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon to stay updated with more upcoming stories. Until next time, stay tuned.